preseason power rankings, who's on the hot seat for every NFL team. This is from ESPN. They go Chiefs 1, Ravens 2, 49ers 3. They got the Packers at 10, Cowboys at 11, and the Browns at 12, which would put them in the playoffs. Who is on the hot seat? They say Jedrick Wills Jr. enters contract year, returning from a torn MCL, limited him to 8 games in 2023. He needs to show he not only is healthy out there, but he's the long-term answer as a blindside protector. That's fair. I think they're a little surprised that he hasn't been able to go yet. They worked out day before yesterday. They had Jack Conklin, and they flipped him and were having him do left tackle type takeoff drills. He hasn't been working out, but there's some writing on the wall that they thought he was going to be back. Everybody comes back at a different pace, and all 3 of their tackles, their top 3, are coming back from knee injuries.
Yeah, it's rough, and it's the biggest question for the team. And honestly, when you look at Jedrick Wills as a former first-round pick, it's hard to let it go, right, when it's a first-round pick. But he really is on the hot seat. And even when the front 5 are all reasonably healthy, he's still the weakest link of that 5, right? And you really need him on that blind side to protect Deshaun Watson, right? We need Watson to have a clean pocket in order to operate too. And it's something he didn't have too often, even back to his Houston days, right? That's when you want to see a guy succeed, is when there's not people at his feet or not people hitting him in his rib cage when he's trying to throw. Look, it's very reasonable to think that if the Browns struggle in pass protection and they struggle at offensive tackle, that's what they're going to go looking for in next year's draft. There's another good tackle class coming, and I don't think they should hesitate if they feel like that's the biggest weakness on their offense, because there's still more guaranteed money on that Watson contract. He's going to be there. But no, I think it makes a lot of sense with Wills, especially as a former first round, I believe a top 10 pick. That's a guy, obviously a lot of pressure, and the injuries, it's unfortunate, obviously, with all of them, but they have to figure it out. Look, the good teams in this league can block, right? The Ravens can block, or at least they're another one. They lost 3 starters up front, but usually they can block. The Bengals are still trying to figure it out. The Steelers are trying to figure it out, and that may be an X factor in this division. Who does have the best offensive line and the healthiest offensive line by the end of it?
Yeah, without question. And to your point, I think Wills was 10th overall, so that even is another factor with people's follows Joe Thomas, 10th overall pick. We always have a good left tackle, and it just hasn't happened for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a lot of pressure having to take over for an all-timer like Joe Thomas, right? But we've seen it. I mean, other teams, even in that draft, I think about the Jets with Mekhi Becton had to finally cut ties for the same reasons, injuries and ineffectiveness. And eventually you have to find another solution. So this year is a huge year for Wills to really establish, one more chance to establish himself as a starter, as an impact player, and establish that draft status that he deserved it.